Hey guys, my name's Lily Grace. I work with spirit or with my guides and higher realms, or PTB as I like to call them, the powers that be, to try and shine the light on as many people as possible. Sorry about this. I was only going to write bullet points, but I asked for assistance in writing the bullet points. Next thing I know, I'm actually writing more or less a script, which I didn't mean to be. So I'm going to try and put it up beside the phone, so that I'm not looking like I'm looking down all the time. So if my eyes slide to the side, I'm sorry. Yes, we are all going through rough times at present. And it's not just monetary, it's wars, it's political, it's just total global unrest. And the best way to penetrate the dark is by shining light into it. And in turn, the best way to defeat hatred is by sending light. And as I said, and I stuffed it by going ahead, the world is in a major state of upheaval, both politically, i.e. wars, etc., and our planet, i.e. Mother Earth, or which I like to call it, other people call it Gaia. She's objecting profusely to our mistreatment of her. And there are weird weather events occurring everywhere. For example, I think it's Dubai, there was a flood. Who the hell would think that Dubai would ever flood? Australia, we've had tornadoes. We do get tornadoes sometimes, but not to the extent that we have had recently. So Australia's not out of the woods, and if you think about the amount of mining that goes on in here, over here it's not. You can sort of understand why. Anyway, sorry, just looking to the script that they had me write. Well, a bit about me. I've not had the best of lives so far. I have chronic PTSD. This means that instead of 1 or 2 PTSD events in my life, I have had several more of them. Out of the 38 causes of PTSD, there's so many is counted as PTSD, so many is counted as chronic PTSD. Well, out of the 38 causes of chronic PTSD, I've had 32 of them. I'm swapping the pages over now. The only ones that I missed out on were being a soldier in a war, living in a war zone, being a prostitute, or a sex slave. So, yeah, that's the story of me. The events of my life used to cripple me, but now I use those experiences to help others where and when I can. Another thing with me is that I refuse to be called a survivor, because I emphatically refuse to have been a victim in the first place. sometimes I think I am too proud for my own good. I was actually listening to a lovely lady the other day on YouTube, and one of the things she said was about certain people not being able to, they're more than happy to give, but have profound difficulty in receiving or asking, basically asking for help. And that is me. I will put my hands up for that one. I am a shocker for that. I just can't do it. I suck it in. I put up with it. I've put up with so much without asking for help. So much so that I've actually got a chronic pain in my side that it's above my gallbladder, but it's not my gallbladder. My gallbladder is actually perfectly fine. What it is it's a manifestation of 50 odd years of absolute hell, and it's basically just, it stopped me moving, it stopped me, I've grown huge amount of size in the last few years. It's been going on since 2018. It flared up in the first place, and I've had so many goddamn tests, it's not funny. Anybody touches it, I think I'd go through, I'd strangle them immediately. But it's something I'm working on, and yeah, it's something I have to deal with, and I'm hoping that the more that I release and get rid of, and the more I can help other people release and get rid of stuff themselves, the more that the more it will disperse. I'm hoping, cross fingers. If not, I'm stuck with it for life. And if that's the case, that's the case. It's just something that happens. Spiritually, I don't do tarot cards as a rule. For me, too many bloody cards to try to remember. Give me the major arcanas, yeah, sure, I can remember those, and basically what some of the others mean, but no, I've never been one for tarot cards at all, actually, because if I'm asked a question, I will usually just answer it. It'll be a straight yes, no, yes or no, or I'll just know what the answer is. And it drives my husband absolutely crazy. I will turn around and I'll tell him exactly what he's thinking, and it'll be totally off left field. It won't be anything that we're talking about, and I'll tell him what he's thinking, and it drives him nuts, because it's like, how on earth did you know that I was thinking that? And it's just like, I knew, I just know. Or I'll say, why did you just say that? And he said, I didn't say it. And I said, well, you must have thought it then. And he said, how the hell did you know I thought it? And I said, well, I heard it. And it's just like, it drives him nuts. He once did a thing where he was doing gestures behind my back, and he did 4 of them. I got all 4 right. The 5th one he did, and he did one and then he changed it to another, and I got both. And I said, you did this and then you changed it to something else. And he's like, how the hell did you do that? And I just said, I just know. So I just know things. So that's me. Yeah. So, where am I? I like doing the oracle cards. I find them good. I find them goodly. That's goodly English, isn't it? I like my fairy cards. I've got some angel and some angel number cards, and those I don't mind, and I do like those, and I've also got some American Indian ones, and I especially like those because I know I had a past life as one of those, as an American Indian, so I especially like those ones. And like I pulled some cards for a friend of mine recently because she's going through a rough patch, and it was one of the fairy oracle cards, and she didn't quite get it and get the meaning of it, and I said, no, don't look at it literally like what it's saying on the card. Going through the gate is going through what you are going to be doing in your future, because that is what I am being told, or that is the feeling that I get in relation to it. Yeah, so that's basically it. Swapping pages again. My abilities. I can't say that they come from my family. Through my family tree, family line. My daughter and I do have them, but only because, well, I did a life between lives thing because I never felt connected to my family. My mother, father, and sister. And I found out when doing this life between lives session that that I was actually of a higher vibration than my family, birth family, and different soul group, but I came along to help them with lessons that they needed to learn. And I dragged my daughter, who happens to be part of my soul group, along, and a couple of other members of it came along for the ride. Yeah, so hence low vibrational people don't think I get my abilities through them. I think I get it because I'm an incredibly old soul, as is my daughter, as is a friend of ours that when we came in, it was like, her age is sort of between mine and my daughter's, and so I look at her as my younger sister, and my daughter looks at her as her older sister, so, you know, that sort of thing. I look at her as my younger sister, even though her parents are younger than me, so, but she always tells me that I'm way younger than her parents, is the way I look at life, and, actually, I think the way I look generally as well. Another story for another day. Yeah, I have often thought, I used to often think, why the hell did my soul decide to sign that bloody soul contract and to put me through the hell on earth that I have gone through? And we all have to remember that our soul is separate to our ego. And when we accept this, it declouds everything. I've accepted that now, that my soul and my ego are separate. I try not to let my ego self get riled up. It doesn't mean that it doesn't, but I try to not let it get riled up, and when I do, I go and but I've realized that lessons to be learned and all the rest of it, in relation to my soul groups, previous lives, all of that. I'll go into all of that, more of that in a later time. This is more a case of introducing myself and saying hi, and yeah, this is just a quick hello, and hoping that everyone is having an absolutely brilliant Friday well, it's Friday in my part of the world, and having an absolutely brilliant day. It's actually, I love today because it's raining. They said it was only supposed to be showers, but we've had rain all morning, and I must admit I love the rain. L&L, well, I always say L&L, light and love and all that jazz. And I'll talk more about my beliefs, my everything. Do oracle cards, do days of the week, do all of that stuff. Yeah, I will. I hope that you subscribe, that people find this, that they subscribe to my channel, that you press the like button, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. All right, see you guys, if not tomorrow then, or Sunday, because my husband's home those days, so I have to spend that time with him. But otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Thank you. Bye.